All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us for the Team Benefit team call. And today is Tuesday, June the 7th, which is crazy. Tonight we have a very special guest on our call. But one quick announcement, after tonight, we are going to be switching, at least for a summer schedule, for team calls being on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure to take that into account. And if you are available to be on in the morning, I would love to have you on. And maybe this will give people who have not been able to be on in the late evenings an opportunity to start joining us on a regular basis. So we have Rachel Ngom. Is that how you say it?
It's Ngom. So you say
Ngom. I never would have guessed that. Ever.
Nobody would. It's okay. Don't worry. Only people in Senegal know how to pronounce it. So don't even worry about
it. Okay. So she is a rock star coach. She is a 5-star diamond coach who has also is a Success Club 10 All-Star legend, correct? And a Beachbody challenge winner. I would love for you to tell us a little bit about that, because to my knowledge, we don't have any of our team members that have been challenge winners. And then I'm doing this from memory. There was something else under there. You've lost like 100 pounds, right?
I lost 80 pounds and I'm in the 21-day fix infomercial.
That was what it was. That's what it was. I knew there was something like large that was on the bottom of my list. So anyway, welcome and congratulations on your success.
Thank you so much for having me. It's awesome to be here. So I'll just start off just telling you a little bit of my story, and I'll talk about the Beachbody challenge and all that good stuff. So I'm originally from the Chicagoland area, and I'm actually here for the summer, which is kind of cool. And I played volleyball in college. I graduated, moved to Africa, which is where I met my husband. First, I lived in Kenya during undergrad, and then post-grad, I lived in Senegal. That's where my husband's from. We fell in love. I dragged him back to the States so I could get my master's in social work at WashU in St. Louis. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. Honestly, I just knew I loved helping people. And that was like I'm like, all right, let's just do social work since I don't know what I'm going to do. And it was when we were in St. Louis that I discovered Beachbody. We were watching TV late one night and I saw the P90X infomercial. And I wanted to get in shape for my wedding. You know, I've been an athlete in the past, and I'm like, I really want to get in awesome shape. This looks hardcore. I want to do it. I was super skeptical, obviously, of course, as everyone is. I researched everything, looked at reviews and all that good stuff. And I got stronger doing P90X than I did when I was a collegiate athlete, which like blew my mind. Before I became a coach, I was telling everyone, like, feel my biceps. How cool is this? And so I was just a huge believer in our products. I started drinking Shakeology. Again, was a skeptic, but I did it anyways because of the guarantee. And I signed up to become a coach just for the discount a little more than 5 years ago. And so I stayed a discount coach for about 2 years. After I graduated from my social work degree, we moved to Florida so my husband could start his own business training horses. And then I couldn't find a job anywhere. So even with my master's from the #1 program in the country, couldn't find anything. Apparently people want you to have paid work experience before they hire you, which like, hello, how can I get paid work experience if you're not going to hire me? So even though I had all this awesome internship experience in Africa, all this stuff, they still like wouldn't hire me. So we were struggling financially. You know, his business was just starting. I couldn't find anything except cleaning equipment at our gym for like $8.50 an hour. And we had a brand new baby boy, and you know, what the heck are we going to do? Right. So with my pregnancy, I gained 65 pounds. So I ended up at 250 pounds. And obviously, I was a coach for 2 years. I knew Beachbody programs worked. I did Brazil butt lift, 21-day fix to lose my baby weight. I lost 65 pounds in 5 months. That's when I submitted my results to the Beachbody challenge. I did Brazil butt lift. I just took my before and after pictures. I submitted them. And I got contacted. It was Christmas Eve 2013. And so that's when we were still really broke. I had started working my business like hardcore for about 6 months, I think, at that time. But that $500 made such a big difference for us at that time. Like, that was huge. And then I did 21-day fix after that. And I lost 6 pounds and like 13 inches or something. I submitted my results again. Actually, I just used the hashtag 21-day fix, and one of the success stories people found me. and wanted my story. So I was in the infomercial, which is kind of cool. TJ's in it too. And they even play it in France. So my husband's cousin saw it. Like, they're like, oh, famous baby. So kind of funny. But it was like when our backs were against the wall that I'm like, I need to do something. And this coaching opportunity, I know it works. And so I just worked my tush off it's been 3 years since I went all in. And since that time, amazing things have happened. Last year we earned a 6-figure income, which blows my mind. My husband got an internship opportunity in France, which it's not really a paying internship. It's like kind of paying. They'll pay for like our housing and he'll get commissions and stuff. But if I weren't, doing this and had a mobile business, we wouldn't be able to do the things we're able to do. Like TJ and I are spending the summer in Chicago right now, and then we're moving to France in August. Like, it's so cool, the things, like the freedom that coaching has given us. And so that's just a little bit about my story. And I want to talk about recruiting on social media, because this has been like the biggest game changer for me, is what I'm going to talk about, finding your niche market and all of that good stuff. And so I hope you have something to take notes with. And I have so much content to cover, and it's a lot of what we're going to do is like working stuff, and it will take a long time if I have you work on every little thing. So I'm going to make sure Traci gets the slides, so we're not here for like 3 hours. So I'll give you some time to do some of the activities, and then a lot of it's just going to be homework for you to do on your own. And so first things first is to know who you are and who you want to attract. And so become very clear on who you are outside of Beachbody. And so what are 3 to 5 things that make you unique? So are you a mom? Are you into mountain biking? Are you a teacher? Are you a chef? Are you strong in your faith? And so it's, let's see. Is your name Kelly? Kelly? Yeah. So you follow me on Instagram, so I post about faith. I post a little bit about fitness. I post about Africa and being a mom. So those are kind of like my things, right? 3 to 5 things that make me different and make me stand out outside of Beachbody. And so you want to make sure, like what I teach my team to do is don't just post about Beachbody all the time. You want to post about you and your life and the things that make you unique, and you're going to attract people to you who are just like you. And so you want to make sure that you're developing your own style. So don't look at how other coaches are doing it. You have to be 100% authentically you. And so when I was a newer coach, my first 2 years, I struggled because I was actually copying and pasting the top coaches' posts. And so Time Hop kind of shows me the kind of things that I posted back in like 2012. And I'm super embarrassed because I'm like, oh my God, that's not me at all. I just copy and pasted like Lindsay Matway and Hillary Kelly, whoever the top coaches were back then. So it's really important that you are you and you share your voice, because people pick up on BS right away. They can tell if you're not being authentic. So homework right now, make a wish list. So who do you want to do business with? Be super duper specific. Identify the geographic range and the type of clients that you want to work with, type of coaches that you want to have on your team. And you got to make sure you can't do business with everybody. If you're trying to attract everyone onto your team, you're going to get nobody. You have to be super duper specific. So just targeting women is not specific enough. Targeting females, moms of young children who are strong in their faith is. So we're going to define your avatar. So like I said, an avatar is not just someone who wants to lose fitness or lose weight. We're going to get super specific. And so this will take you a little bit of time. I really want you to put some thought into it. Like I said, I'm going to get you these slides, but think about the name of your avatar, how old they are, what they look like. Are they married? Are they single? Where do they live? What is their income? Are they a stay-at-home mom? Do they work? What is it that they do? What are their favorite books, the magazines? What blogs are they reading? What are they Googling? So it could be how to lose the baby weight, right? That's something that a lot of people Google. I write blog posts about that. That way, people are searching on Pinterest how to lose the baby weight. They find me. So what conferences are these people attending? What are they doing in their free time? Are they watching TV, hanging out with their family, going shopping, going on mission trips? Think about exactly who you want. What authors, teachers, experts is your avatar following? Where do they want to go on like their fantasy vacation? And who are they following on YouTube? What are their guilty pleasures? So again, you follow me on Instagram, you know I love wine, I love chocolate. So those are like things that I post about. I can't even tell you how many people message me because they're like, I can't give up my wine either, Rachel. Can you help me? I'm like, heck yeah, I can. But that's just something that's me. It makes me unique, and that's the people that I'm attracting. All right, so what I want you to do is step into your avatar's shoes and look at life through their eyes. And so what is the primary emotion or sets of emotions that they're feeling right before they decide to join your challenge group or right before they decide to join your team? So maybe it is that they got another bill in the mail and they are super duper overwhelmed. And this was me. I'm laying in bed crying, wondering how the heck I'm going to make this happen. How the heck am I going to pay this bill? Or maybe it's I open my closet, I look at all my clothes, I just had my baby boy. Oh my gosh, none of my clothes fit. I can't afford a new wardrobe. I want to get my body back. How am I going to do this? What is she saying to herself in her head? What specific words or phrases is she using? And so this could be slang. Like, I am freaking sick and tired of laying down to zip up my pants. So I want you to get like really get in their head. What exactly are they telling themselves? What story are they telling themselves? Are they saying that, I'll never be able to stay home with my kids. I'm only going to have a 9-to-5 job because that's the only way we can make ends meet. Or is she telling herself, I'll never be able to lose the baby weight. This is just too hard. I don't think I'll ever be able to do it. Think about what story it is that they are saying. And so when you're crafting your posts on social media, you can speak directly to that one person. Super duper important. And so, like I said, you want to share the embarrassing stuff, the non-PC stuff that most people would never say out loud that they're thinking. And so this is homework. Get super duper specific with this. The more time that you can spend on this and get like deep into your avatar, the more effective you'll be on social media, the more people you'll have messaging you saying, oh my God, you were just speaking to me. Can you help me? Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about defining your avatar. And so a good avatar is just, female, 25 to 35 years of age, works a full-time job, has a family with 2 kids. They're frustrated and alone every day because they don't know how they're going to make ends meet. A really good avatar, they're 32, name's Melissa. She's a writer. She's been wanting to start a blog for months now, but doesn't know where to start. She's a good writer, but could use some help structuring, formatting the blog post. Plus, she's not sure what she wants to write about most of the time. So you can see the difference. You want to get so laser specific with this. And every time you're posting on social media, speak to one person. Okay, more homework. List 10 characteristics of your ideal coach. And so just some examples that I would have: they're confident, they're funny, creative, focused, driven, motivated, assertive, humble, ambitious. They're an entrepreneur at heart. They're coachable. And so write these down. And then if you do not have these characteristics that are listed above, that's what you need to work on in personal development. So you need to be honest with yourself and rate yourself on, scale 1 to 10, because you attract who you are. Like attracts like. And so if you want someone that's driven and motivated, but you aren't doing your power hour every day, you're going to attract people just like you, I promise you. And so this is what you'll need to work on in personal development so you can become the kind of coach that you want to attract. All right, so I want you to write your story out. And so this is kind of preaching to the choir, because I know this is what Traci spoke about on our team Zoom. And I'm sure she has a ton of resources for you on how to tell your story, but I'll go over it super briefly. Just create your story. You want to make sure you talk about your background, what you did not like about your background, how Beachbody came to the rescue, and how your results or how you feel about the future. And so my background, we were broke, we were on food stamps. I was super stressed out, didn't know how we were going to make ends meet, and I really wanted to provide for my baby boy. I knew about this Beachbody business. I worked my booty off, and now I'm able to stay home. We can travel, we can give to our favorite charities, start an organization, do what the heck we want to do, and we have that freedom. So craft your story. Super important. It's going to set you apart. Okay, so this is just an example of a way that I pitched to my niche. And so when I was in the process of losing my baby weight, my challenge group was called Lose the Baby Weight. And so instead of being like all the other coaches out there and just saying, I'm going to run a challenge group, I said, I'm running a Lose the Baby Weight group. This is for you if you want to love what you see in the mirror. You want to fit into your pre-pregnancy clothes. You're willing to invest in yourself and your health. You want the energy to keep up with your kids. You want to be a part of another supportive group of moms. When I started this, holy schlamolesies, I was at 50 plus success club points every single month. One month I had like 99. It was crazy. So many people related to this and they said, shoot, you're doing it. I want to do it too, Rachel. So just by me sharing my story, sharing my journey and saying, I'm running this is who I'm looking for. Join me. So think about who your niche is and how you can really create a challenge group, coaching opportunity, whatever, to pitch to your niche. And so some good examples of top coaches using their niche, Tara Carr. So when, I'm not sure if she's still doing this, but I know she did when her husband was deployed, her challenge groups were getting fit for the homecoming. And so she was only targeting military spouses. Obviously, she's had a ton of success with that, right? Another one is Melanie Mitro, and her coaching groups, she calls them busy moms build a business. She's not trying to get everybody. She's trying to get that busy mom who can squeeze an hour of coaching into their lives to build a big business. And so what's really important to do is to share your life. We call this breadcrumbing on social media. And so I try and do one of these posts a day, if not every day, I'll at least do it 5 times a week, is just sharing my life and what I'm doing as coaching and how it's benefiting my life. And so I'm just going to share a couple of examples of like different, so if you're a newer coach, how you can craft a post, or if you're a veteran coach, how you can craft a post. And so this is one I actually did today. And I just said today was awesome. I got to go on a bike ride, cuddle my baby, mentored my coaches, got a massage. Now I get to speak on a fellow coach's team call. My dad joked that my life is rough, but I worked hard to be able to create my schedule the way I want it, and boy, was it worth it. And so who am I attracting when I do something like this? Someone who wants to work hard to be able to create the schedule that they want so they can stay home with their kid and do what the heck they want to do with their time, not do a 9 to 5 and be, on someone else's timetable. And just so you know, when someone likes this post, they get a message from me. Every time someone likes one of my posts about coaching, a breadcrumbing post, I send them a message and I say, hey, thanks for the love on my post about coaching. Smiley face. Are you interested in learning more about what I do? Or were you just being supportive? Sometimes they say they were just being supportive, and that's totally fine. But I sent out, how many likes did I have on this? Some of those were coaches. So I sent out about 5 messages right before I got on this call. I have 2 people that already want more info. So I'll add them to my next sneak peek. So these breadcrumbing posts, super important. You're doing these consistently. Here's another one that I do. I don't do like a ton of income posts saying, look how much money I make, but I try and do posts that show what I'm able to do with the money that I make. And so here I'm sharing our story of how we had to sell our truck to be able to pay for our mortgage, the stress that we had, enter Beachbody. So here I'm telling my story, how I was dissatisfied with my life before Beachbody, enter Beachbody, how it's changed my life, what has happened since I became a coach, and how I was able to pay an extra $2,000 that month on our mortgage principal. So those kind of posts are awesome, but make sure at the bottom of that post you do the income disclaimer. Super duper important. Anytime you share like financial success with Beachbody, income disclaimer. This is just another one of, this one was a call to action. So I'm saying I'm looking for women who are motivated, have a big heart. So I'm telling them to comment below or message me if they want more info. And then I'm sending them information, adding them to our sneak peek. And this is when I'm just telling my story and just saying God has a plan. And so I'm not doing a call to action at all with this post, but I'm just sharing my story and saying if things are rough now, God has a plan for you. This is one where I'm just sharing like a day in the life of a coach, how I was able to share social media with my team. And then here, so I got this idea from Bonnie Engel of sharing kind of like misconceptions about coaching. And so a lot of people think to be a successful coach, you have to have this giant network and know a bunch of people, right? And so here I just said, I started my business with 200 friends on Facebook, and I've been able to build my platform of over 60,000 people on different social media networks, which seems insane. So I'm saying that I was able to do this, and then I'm teaching my coaches how to do the same thing. So people are watching, they're like, oh, she didn't know that many people, and she'll teach me how to do that? Sweet. Here's just another example. And so never in my life did I think I'd find a career that would inspire me so much that I actually love working, and I look forward to each and every Monday. And so to do these breadcrumbing posts, you don't have to have like a huge financial success with Beachbody. You could be a brand new coach and just share your excitement, share what you love about coaching. You could take a screenshot of what we're doing right now and just say, I am so happy I'm coaching because X, Y, and Z, what you want, you know, what your why is, and that we have so many opportunities to learn and grow our businesses. So that's easily a breadcrumbing post right there. Here's another one. If you haven't read the book Start with Why by Simon Sinek yet, I highly, highly recommend that book. People don't care what you're doing. They care why you're doing it. And so with this post, I'm just saying I'm working hard now so in the future we'll be financially free, no debt, no mortgage. I'm working hard now so we can give and make an impact. I'm working hard now so we can have a fully funded college account for TJ. I'm working hard now so we can have freedom to do whatever the heck we want to do. It may mean sacrificing time in front of the TV or another time suck, but I wouldn't have it any other way. My family comes first or whatever I said. So who am I attracting when I post this? People that are willing to work hard, right? I don't want people joining my team to think this is some kind of like easy thing that they just sit back and watch money roll in. I want people that join, they want these same things that I do or similar things. They work hard so they can provide for their family, so they can give to their favorite charities, so they can be financially free. And they're willing to sacrifice to make that happen. It's super important that you're like an open book on social media and share what you're doing and why you're doing it. This is just another one that I did. My heart is full. A coach on my team made a video sharing how much her confidence has grown since she joined our team. She was able to pay her groceries in a week's paycheck, how this business has impacted her family. And then I said, this is why I do what I do. Helping my coaches see there's more for them. They were made to do great things. And so I'm not sharing my success. I'm putting the spotlight on other coaches on our team. And so even if you don't have a team, find someone that's on Traci, you know, her big team, and share their success. Say, she's been able to do this, and this is why I do what I do. I want something similar. Okay, so homework. Post 3 to 5 breadcrumbing posts this week. Tag your coach and share it in the team page. Woo! Almost losing it. Okay. So this is the follow-up messages that I send. Like I said, every single person that likes that post, you better believe they're getting a message from me. Hey, I saw you liked my post. I don't know if you'd be interested or just being supportive, but I think you'd be an awesome fit for my team. You want some info. And then this is the scripts that I follow when they say they do want info. Okay, so you got to make sure you're adding to your network, obviously, to be a recruiting rock star. Goal is at least 3 to 5 new people a day. If you want your business to grow faster, you need to talk to more people. And so I know when I was growing my business, I was doing 10 to 20 people a day at least. You can use social media sites like Instagram, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram or Twitter to connect. Ask them to find you on Facebook. Join groups on Facebook that are related to your niche. And so when I was pregnant with TJ, I joined a May Mommy group. That May Mommy group, I went in there with no intention of like meeting people about or talking to them about Beachbody. I was in the intention to build relationships with other people that were pregnant and going through the exact same things as I am. That group has made me over $100,000 because of the coaches that have joined my team. It is insane. But join groups and don't just go in there with the intention to make relationships, make new friends. Follow niche specific pages. And so, whatever niche that you have, follow a page and feel free to reach out to that person with direct message. And get to know the people that you're adding. Ask them questions about their interests, their hobbies, and provide value. So do a free group. And so if you're adding these people, after you get to know them a little bit, send them a message. Hey, I'm running a free group. I don't know if you'd be interested. It could, whatever you're doing, could be a clean eating group, could be a goal setting group, could be a debt-free challenge, budgeting, whatever. There's so many things that you could do. Just think outside the box and whatever you're interested in and want to provide value in, and get to know those people. The goal when you're building those relationships is to figure out their strengths, their interests, their goals, and their needs. We call this their sign. And so once you figure out their sign, and so let's say they want to become a stay-at-home mom, they love helping people, they love fitness, I know their sign right there. And I'll just say, I got to ask you, have you ever considered becoming a coach? The reason I ask is because I think you'd be so awesome at it. You love fitness. You're so personable with others. And I think it would benefit you because you said you want to be able to stay home with your kids. If you want more info, I'll send you more details. So this is where I don't tell them everything about coaching. I use a third-party tool, which could be a sneak peek. It could be a webinar, a document, video, whatever, and make sure you are following up. So when you're following up, ask them, why would you want to do this? What does it mean to you? Can you tell me more about that? And so you're following up, you're the interviewer, you're asking them questions, not them bombarding you with questions. And once they tell you why, ask them, what does that feel like? And so I want to be a stay-at-home parent so I can pick my kids up from school when they come home, or like be at the bus stop when they get off the bus. Okay, what would that feel like? And Tony Robbins says that when you can anchor it to an emotion, you got it. Emotions are the silent force that run the world. And you're going to get objections for sure. I get bazillions of them. We use feel, felt, found. And so I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found is blank. And so if someone gives me a time objection, I would love to coach, but I'm just too busy. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I was super duper busy. But what I found is that you could run a successful business with just a power hour a day. Feel, felt, found. Super easy. Remember that a no is just a not right now. You're going to get a ton of no's when you do this, and that's fine. They're just not ready. I guarantee you they will continue to follow you. And as long as you keep doing those breadcrumbing posts, most people will come around. I've had people come around 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years later. The longer you do this, the more people you'll have that come back to you saying, hey, I'm ready now. I made it, Tracy. But that's all I got.
Thank you. That was awesome. There's so much, which is crazy good. Got my page of notes thinking, I got some work to do. It's good. And I just recently put together my avatar in detail and have it right by my desk. But now I've got a few other little pieces from what you said, thinking, I'm going to be writing all over her and scribbling and making marks and adding to it, So awesome. And then, I want to go back. I'm going to have to listen to it again because there was so much. It was good. Speechless. Okay, so Kelly, if you have any questions, obviously you would be the one to ask since you're the only other one on the call right now. But this will be one that I'm thinking, man, it needs to go in our new coach training, because there's A lot of good, helpful stuff. So then how can you tell us real briefly how you went about building your social media platforms?
Facebook was my big one. I built my like page. And so I did Facebook ads.
Okay. So did you primarily have an ad for likes then that you tweaked and that was what did it for you?
Yep. So with Facebook, you can get super duper specific and I targeted new moms that were in my age range, that were in the income level I was looking at, everything super duper specific. And then when I figured out Facebook, I moved on to Instagram and I built right now I have almost 35,000 followers on Facebook and like 16,000 something on Instagram. And so Instagram obviously is free. I use instagress.com, which is like $99 a year to build your following. I've gotten like 50 new followers today from doing nothing except setting up Instagress.
Well, that's good to know because I'm fairly new on Instagram, so I didn't know about that. That's good.
Yeah.
Did you use your personal page at all, or you just did it all through your like page and then Instagram?
I did it all through my like page.
Mm-hmm. Do you post anything on your personal page, or you just
sometimes, but I post way more on my like page. It really depends. You know, you might get different audiences on your personal page. What I do now is I have like 3,500 friends on my personal page, and everyone that does a free clean eating group, I add them on my personal page. So like I just did a breadcrumbing post, and I did it both on my personal page and on my like page, just because different people are going to see different pages. So it really depends. Facebook does not want you building a business on your profile though, so you got to be careful. And then on your like page, you can run ads and be super specific with your targeting and all that kind of stuff. So it depends. Mostly like page.
How much do you plan out your post for the week?
Gosh, when 3 years ago, I spent so much time. I literally had, it was every hour on the hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I had a post scheduled.
Wow.
And I did that for more than 2 years.
And do you feel like it was so special?
I did not miss a single day. Even when I was in the hospital giving birth, I had my post scheduled a week in advance because I knew I was about to give birth. I was like so hardcore. I don't necessarily schedule it as much, but I do post live a lot more. And I'll schedule that day. So I'll come up with content. I do recycle quite a bit of posts because I've been doing this for 5 years. And so there's a site called If This Then That, IFTTT.com. And so what I've done is I'll actually share my screen and show you. You can set it so I have all these different notebooks, and you can set it so every time I post on my Facebook like page, it'll create a note in Evernote. And so this right here is all of this updates automatically. I do nothing. I post on my Facebook like page, and I automatically have these are all the posts that I've done, thousands of posts. So I went through here and I'm like, oh, this is a good Bible verse. Sweet, I'll post this today. No one knows that I posted that a year ago, right?
Right.
What site is that on?
If This Then That, IFTTT.com. There's so much you can do with it. It's crazy. But that's just one thing that I do to save time, because you're not going to have, like, especially the longer you do this, you're not always going to have a ton of inspiration on a specific day. You're going to be like, I don't know what to post today. You could easily go back through 3 years of content and be like, oh, that was a good post. I'm going to do that again with a different picture. And no one's going to know.
Right. So then how many times a day are you posting then on your like page?
At least 5.
Okay.
Wow.
At least 5.
Yeah.
You just post I'll get on Instagram a few times a week. I haven't really done a lot on Instagram. And so, as soon as I get on there, I see you. I mean, you're like there. So, so you're posting like I mean, just like your normal everyday life all the time?
Yep. Instagram is more my normal everyday life. And then sometimes it'll be like an inspiring, like Bible verse, encouraging something or whatever, but it's more my everyday life. And then Facebook, I'll post about old blog posts that I've done, and viral videos are huge. That gets so much interaction.
Are you doing Twitter or anything else?
No, I don't do Twitter. I blog. And so don't do too much at once. I did Facebook. I got good at it. Then I moved on to Instagram. I got good at it. Then I moved on to my blog. And now I'm good at blogging. I get a ton of leads through my blog as well. But I don't do all of them at once. I've been doing this for 5 years. And so I'm like, I should probably do something else
Who
now.
are you blogging with?
What do you mean?
Where are you just blogging, like on your page or?
Fitwithrachel.com.
No.
So you can just go to my site and check it out. But definitely don't do that until you have either Facebook or Instagram mastered. Melanie Mitro built her entire business like through her blog, and Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing about Pinterest is, like, I wrote a blog post a year and a half ago that I still have people coming to from Pinterest because it's been repinned like 30,000 times. And I'm still getting people added to my email list, still getting people sending me messages. With Facebook and Instagram, you post and then it's gone. You post and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So it's kind of cool and smart. YouTube is the same way. It works for you while you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I found you through my blog, Kelly, so.
Yeah.
It's valuable. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Rachel. I totally appreciate it. Like,
No problem.
There aren't always calls where I have a lot of action items at the end, you know, like having done this a while and built a decent business. So now I've got like a lot of stuff and I'm like all excited to go and get something done. So anyway, thanks again. I appreciate it. And I look forward to following you and hearing about your move and everything.
Oh, thank you. I'll be sure to get you the notes. I'll send them to you on Facebook right now.
Okay. Sounds good. Talk to y'all later.
Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate it. Bye.